He married my sister, now we're living together.
Roommates in law. Roommates in law live from Bleecker Street Studios.
I am Tommy Brennan.
Oh God.
Boy. Sorry, we gotta get used to it, dude.
I'm Timmy Schneeman.
And we are not roommates.
Not brother-in-law.
But we are great pals.
Good friends. Always have been.
Yeah. Well, you've said that before, and I once again would like to disagree. You had a visceral hate for me the first time we met.
No, it wasn't a visceral hate. It was a visceral ugh.
Oh, that's way better. I wish I was important enough for you to actually hate me.
It wasn't hate. It was just okay, here we go.
Yeah, okay, we get it, guy.
Great. Yeah, we got it. Thanks for coming out.
Cool.
I'll see you never.
Tell your fantasy football league we say hi.
Yeah, exactly. Holy crap. Tom, what you been out? You're back at LA Tom, right?
I'm LA Tom for 5 more hours, and then I'm taking another red eye back to the East Coast. I got to stop doing these red eyes, dude.
Oof.
I'm doing a red eye
stinks.
on Spirit Airlines. Can you think of a worse way to spend a Wednesday night?
Tom, I'll say my goodbyes now. I love you. It's been a really nice time being friends with you, but you are going to die.
Yeah, probably. No one.
Boy, I'm trying to get a refund from Spirit here. So we hit up Spirit. I told you
what
this.
Did you just say?
I don't know. I had a stroke
I'm trying
right
to
there.
get a refund from Spirit Airlines.
I'm having a tough time. It's been a long day.
Man.
Let's see. Trying to get we hit them up. Flight got canceled. La. They give us a refund, but they said, "Hey, you got a refund." We're like, "Boom, thanks, Spirit." And then they never sent it, and now I can't get in touch with anybody.
Was this the guy? He went from 0 to 0.
He's back to 0. Yeah, this was the man.
Yeah, this was the guy.
Because apparently he got fired.
Yeah,
and then the transaction never went
you
through.
were his last call at work.
100%. Yeah, he just got up and left right after that.
Because this is the guy that said like
kind of a king move.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, it's refunded.
And you were like, this is too good to be true. You're a hero.
Well, it felt like that. And you know when something's too good to be true and you don't want to push it, so you're just like, all right.
Yeah, you're
bye.
like, I must have said something that convinced him, but I don't want to raise any flags
fuck this
here.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it didn't
he
happen.
absolutely never processed that refund.
He'd said that, and then he picked up an M16 and murdered everyone in that office he was in.
He said, sayonara,
not getting
Tim
that
Smith.
refund. Yeah. That refund's not coming in.
Oh,
but I'm Flight Timmy this month, and I need some of these tokens.
Flight Timmy is
I'm all over the place.
Timmy Airlines.
Timmy Skies.
Timmy.
There we go.
Skies, dude.
Timmy Blue Skies.
Wow.
There it is.
Yes. There it is.
That's my mop name, Timmy Blue Skies. The kid
good.
can't stop flying. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it doesn't matter. Nothing can get you down, dude.
Nuh-uh.
It's always Blue Skies and Bleecker Street Studios.
That's all I need in my life.
Yeah.
That's it, Tom. That and a nice glass of sake. Ooh, what you drinking there? That looks brown.
I got a nice little Blanton's bourbon.
Ruh-roh. The kid's back on the B.
What, Blanton's or bourbon?
Both.
Yeah, I had
What are you celebrating, Thomas?
Well, I have 3 bottles of this thing, one of which we opened, me and you did.
Right.
Put a serious dent into it in a state of mind that we didn't need to be drinking the nicest whiskey that I had.
Why? Why did we do that?
It made no sense. It's at 2 a.m, and we're like, here's a good
You know
time.
what? You know what time it is?
Also, we definitely still tried to do the thing of like it was your first time drinking it and you had it and you're like, dude, that is really smooth. It could have been
it could have been anything.
It could have been fucking gasoline.
We had been drinking, I think we drank a full bottle of vodka on screwdrivers, and then it was like, you know what my palate needs? Nice smooth bourbon.
The best bourbon I can find.
I kind of wish that it wasn't even known for its like smoothness. I wish it had something like that was a little more like it had a little bite to it that people loved. And I'm like, boy, this is silky smooth, Tom.
That's like,
and you're like, well, that's not what it's known for, actually. And I'm like, I'm just saying things right now.
Yeah, that's like you drinking a scotch, and you're like, oh, I just like how it doesn't have any bite at all.
Well, that just goes down real nice. Everybody's like, it does not.
It doesn't. It's actually supposed to kind of physically kick you in the chest.
Hurts. It's actually that's napalm actually that we gave you, Tim. And I'm like, that's good.
That is. Just making stuff up smooth as a baby's bottom.
Boy, that's you can taste the barrel. That's barrel aged, right?
Isn't it? Right?
You're like, okay, no, we're giving you Jim Beam next time.
Let's
You
have
piece
Tim
of
go
shit.
home, maybe.
Yeah, I think we drank till 4 a.m. That's how you know it was a classy evening. I was sitting on the floor drinking Blanton's.
Yeah, and I was sitting at my computer, keeping up the illusion that we were writing.
Yeah,
we wrote down 3 lines in like 7 hours.
And you're like, you know what time it is? It's booze time.
Booze time for sure.
Because it had been booze time for the prior 4.5 hours.
No, that had been work time.
Right.
I mean, screwdrivers are half vitamin
That's
C.
a work drink. That's a work drink.
That's a work drink right there. Dude, it's like, I'm like, I can't wait to be in a writer's room. You're just blacked out all the time. In my experience.
You finally get hired at one. You walk in with a bottle of vodka
and orange
some
juice.
OJ. Yeah. Who's ready to get to work?
Like, hell yeah, dude, writing rips.
Oh, that's hey, Tom, I'll tell you something. Fun time in our lives.
Hey, I'll tell you what. There's songs that are about the good old days, and that's what I think about.
That's all I think about. Or being back at old 3912 Greenview Avenue.
Yeah, that was a good apartment.
Good apartment. I miss it very much. God, I hate New York.
I know, dude. I was just thinking about today. I was listening to a song that was making me very reflective. It was by Bleachers. It's called "Miss Those Days," so it's pretty literal. Sure. But I was thinking about one during the pandemic, how goofy it was. That the hangs that we had during the pandemic were kind of all time. Just
amazing.
We had nothing to do, and we'd just go sit in a basement and listen to our friends play music, and then fantastic. And then the other memory that came to mind was me and Chris Higgins working a club in Wisconsin and deciding to camp instead of taking the hotel.
That's a move right there.
And it ended up being so fun. The two don't really go together super well.
No,
camping and working at
like,
a comedy club.
It's like, hey, you want to do some shows and then get the worst night of sleep you've ever had?
Yeah. And then wake up, hike all day, and then go do shows again, smelling like shit.
It's like, well, look, I know that they have this like clean room over here, but I know a spot where wolves feed.
I'm like, you want to clean a fish right before you do 20?
I love that you were both like, oh yeah, absolutely.
We both, because also me and Chris both, neither of us, once we have an idea, can say no to an idea.
Sure.
He could have said, do you want to sleep on the pavement outside the comedy club? And I'd be like, that sounds like kind of fun.
You know, that's just classic comedy right there.
I mean, because then we can hang out afterwards. We don't even have to go anywhere.
You know what I would like if we drove back to Chicago so I could sleep in my own bed and then we just come back tomorrow and you're like, yeah, it's a sick idea.
That's a great idea. What if I was also drunk? Yeah, so we had the idea to camp, and I was like, well, that is like a good old days moment though, because it was like stupid. We just had no idea what we were doing. I was
stupid.
Doing 8 minutes to host.
You love that. We had some amazing poker nights during the pandemic. I know it's like hack to say, but I think the pandemic was the best time of my life.
I think it was the best time of a lot of our lives.
I think me and Jeff were talking about this, our good friend Jeff Asmus, that like we hit it perfectly because like our group of friends, none of us have kids. None of us had a job where it was like, oh God, like I'm not going to be able to hit my numbers and pay my mortgage. Yeah. Like we were all renting. None of us have a kid or a wife or whatever. It was just the perfect for guys like us. The pandemic was.
It was a shit. You got engaged.
It was a 2-year sleepover.
It was kind of a highlight of a period for you.
It was the best time of my life.
Sorry, I jumped on that, but it was a 2-year sleepover is the best way to describe it.
That's what it was. We just hung out with our friends and played poker all the time.
I played more music then than I've ever played in my whole life, too.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't have anything to do.
I was like, oh, we can just go jam out in a basement for 6 hours.
Uh-huh. And you're not like, oh God, I gotta teach my kid fucking pre-algebra. What are my kids
as
up
a comic
today?
too? It's like, what are we writing jokes for? What
for
a year from now?
Yeah, it was just hanging, just a full hang. It was amazing, Tom.
God, I want it to happen again so bad.
I really do. I was thinking about this. You know, I forget which little philosopher said it, but like we humans, we do have this like death wish. I think we've talked about this. I think we all kind of want to die a little bit.
No.
Not in a way of like, I want to kill myself, But like it does seem like sweet relief when it's all over, right?
No.
Ah,
I'm
shit.
so scared of dying.
Yeah, but being scared and wanting it, that's different.
That's true.
You know
That's how
that
I
lady
feel-
you
that's
see
how I
across the
feel
bar,
about every
you're
woman.
scared, and then but you want it, Tom. Like in Louisiana, that's my best example. Every time a hurricane was coming and they were like, Category 5 hurricane, gonna ruin everybody's life. On the exterior, you're like, oh no. But inside, I was like, hell yes.
You're like, bring it
on, dude.
I thought hurricane season was over.
I love it. It's just something I like. We like chaos. I think deep down
I agree
inside,
with that.
we love the chaos. It's something different. Something's happening.
The threat of death makes life worth living, you know? And that's
Whoa, why don't you go ahead and write give me a second. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. Let me get on the keyboard real quick.
Holy shit. I didn't know I was doing something with Willie Nelson.
As I was saying that, I was like, this is going to be cheesy. And then did you hear? I didn't say living. I said living.
Living.
That was
my man's
I was
living.
like, I might as well lean into this.
That's either a genius line from Bob Dylan or like a really hacky line from like Luke Bryan.
Oh, God.
You know, that really matters about what vessel it's coming out of.
Yeah.
What you been going on, Tom? What you got cooking over there?
What you been going on? You are having a stroke, I think.
I'm old.
I'm old. just so tired.
I'm just exhausted.
Let's see. What do I have going on? Well, I never talked about DC last week because we were just having way too much fun in Bleecker Street Studios. Which, by the way,
08.
if you didn't listen to the pod last week, it was the best episode we've had in a long time.
I will say this: live pods.
Why don't we just go ahead and should we just play that one right now and just listen to it again?
Well, let's live react to our last week's pod.
Yes,
and we can talk about like, good riff alert. Hey, Tom, you remember when you said that?
Fuck, that's a reused bit.
All right, Roommate 08, you're in the nation's capital.
Yeah, Roommate 08 was great. I appreciate everyone coming out. Shout out my sister for sister number 2. Jesus Christ, sister number 2.
Edit that out.
For being a hero, just coming to all the shows, whatever. I got to shout out a roommates-in-law, super fan, Emily. Drove up from Richmond, got a bunch of her friends together, drove up from Richmond to come to a show.
Richmond, the birthplace of none other than Tim Smith. Can you believe that?
No way.
Believe it, sister.
Maybe that's why she's such a big fan. She moved to your birthplace.
Well, there's like that, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have like a little shrine.
The plaque.
It's like a little statue and a little plaque, and it's like Tim Smith was born.
You know what's weird? They made the statue 5'9", and I didn't realize they were going to make it accurate to size. That was weird. Yeah.
Well, they got us confused.
Shut up. I'm 5'11".
5'11". Okay, so we got Emily driving up. She brought some friends. Did you get your dinky sucked or what, Tom?
Cool. No, none of her friends. None of her friends were big RL fans. They got the hell out of there.
Oh, come on. They haven't watched this.
No, it was cool though. She that was cool. Love she said Thursday's the best day of the week, and that made my whole week.
I don't get it. Oh, because of the pod.
Yeah, I was like,
that is such a random thing to say, and for you to feel warm and fuzzy about.
She's like, I love coffee.
I don't know. I just love a Thursday.
Made my day.
I was like, okie dokie.
I was like, our fans are the best. They're so smart.
I'm over here, the dumbest guy involved in this whole operation.
Yeah, why? I don't
fans
get it.
included.
Like, oh, sweet Tim.
Wait, why are Thursdays cool?
Oh shit! This is our 50th episode, also, by the way.
Ding 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 ding.
This is a big 5-0.
I gotta say dick and balls a few times on here.
I hope you get a couple dicks and balls in there.
Oh, I'll squeeze one in. I'll squeeze a dick and balls in my asshole.
Jesus Christ!
I'm feeling frisky today, Tom.
All of them? Both of them?
Both of them? Those your dick and balls? Yeah, both of them. Oh my god! God damn it! All right, so we're at Roommate 08. We got some sisters out. We got a little driver up from Richmond.
Roommate 08 was fine. It was good. It was a good show. The coolest thing that happened on the weekend. There's a new club there. It's like the Hot Club. It's called Hotbed. It's unbelievable. It's one of the best comedy rooms I've seen.
Really?
And the booker is like intense. He's kind of an old school booker. He's like, he's really loyal to the DC comics. Like, he doesn't put
Not mad at that.
Out of towners. Yeah, you can't really be mad at it. It's
Not
frustrating when you are an out of towner.
Sure.
But also it's like,
because that's usually the juice.
Right. It's the exact opposite. Usually
the out of towners get the juice.
You get too much credit. You get way too much juice, and you could be loose. You
right.
Not, yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's
giving you the runaround or what? Or he gave you like 5 minutes or some shit?
Well, he's just not responding. And I had a couple people wreck me. Like 4 people that are like paid regulars there. They like hit him up like, this kid's in town featuring, we should throw him a quick spot. It's a showcase room. So it's like, we're talking 6 minutes.
Right.
And he just ignores it all.
Kind of love that.
I know, me too. And then I was like, fuck it. There's an 11 p.m. show. I'm just going to go with one of my pals. I'm just going to go with them. We're going to go hang. And I was working the weekend. Kelsey was headlining at this other place. And Ali Sultan, great bud, was hosting. And he comes with. And Ollie's been on like Colbert. He's the shit. He's very, very funny. And this is a very cool comedy moment. So we show up. We get introduced to the booker. He doesn't care that we're there. Like, he's like, great. Nice to meet you. I had met him like 3 years ago. He had no recollection.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
fair.
Yeah, I mean, not very memorable. I grew my hair out. That's what I wrote it off to.
That's exactly what it was.
I was like, I had a great set. So
he's like, no, the Tom I met a few years ago was 5'11". This guy's definitely 5'8".
God. He's like, I bet he has a friend, maybe a podcast co-host who's like 6'5".
He's huge.
Whoever he is, he's big.
The guy is a man among boys. It's incredible.
So he goes, yeah, he's like, yeah, thanks for coming by. I was like, damn, we're not going to get up. Then he pulls me aside a little later. He goes, all right.
Ollie or Booker?
Booker.
Okay.
He goes, hey, I think we can put one person on. So who should go up, you or Ollie?
Ooh.
And I was like, what a diabolical situation to put me in.
Because he wants you got to say Ollie.
I had to, of course. I also like, at that point, it was like, we had been hanging for like an hour. I didn't care. I was like, the ship has sailed. And he was like, which one of you are going up? And I was like, I'm not going to overthink this. Put up Ollie. He tagged along. He hadn't been here before. He's the guy. And he's also very, very funny. Mm-hmm. And so then he goes, right before Ollie goes up, he goes, if he does well and the crowd stays with it, like if they're not too tired, because it's late, it's 1 a.m. He goes, if they're not too tired, you can close it out.
There
so now I'm going to Ollie. I'm like, buddy,
don't fuck this up.
You got to bring it. It was like kind of cool. It was like, he was like, all right, fuck. And he's like,
you're like in a foxhole together.
It was absolutely like, it felt like I was preparing him for a boxing match. Like,
take an enemy fire.
I was like, come on, buddy. I was like massaging his shoulders.
Just slapping him in the face.
And he opens with heat. He gets an applause break 30 seconds in.
Bingo.
And the booker literally motions across the room for me. And I walk over. He goes, you can close it out. And I was like, let's go.
Love that.
And it was so fun. We had the 2 sets of the night. And it was just a cool comedy moment where I was like, these are unpaid spots. We're losing money being here, buying drinks. But it was like this cool little like
it's a love of the game moment.
Yes, exactly.
It's a love of the game moment. You love that. That's fun.
Like I was like, I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
The rest of your life.
Probably. It was, at least as far as like me and him are friends. Like we were friends. Now we're like fucking great friends.
Now you're boys. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. Every time you see him, you'll be like, you remember DC?
Hotbed? That was kind of sick.
Remember the hotbed, dude?
And it's like everyone's like, who are these two? Everyone's like,
wait, he's not a DC guy?
No, he's like in between New York and Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. Now I'm on the same page with you. I thought this was a DC kid. I'm like, and he hadn't been there before?
No. Yeah,
what
he
the
came
hell
down.
is Kwanzaa?
And he just came
now
down
I'm with
he's
you.
friends with both me and Kelsey, so he was like, fuck it, I'll host the weekend. So he's like losing money to host. So I was like, I'm definitely not being the dude.
Another love of the game moment.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be like, no, you got to put me up.
Yeah, that would stink.
It would have really stunk.
That would have been a real zero move. You love that. You love it when the lights are on and they're like, all right, it's time to fucking, can you do it?
Exactly.
Can you pull it off, pal? And then you pull it off and you're high-fiving, walking off. Did you guys get absolutely tuned up after that?
We absolutely did. He also walked right up to me after his set and he goes, did you get it? And I was like, yeah, I'm going up last.
I'm in,
And he's
baby.
like, let's go.
That rips. That's a very fun time.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's the
doing
best.
comedy with the friends, there's just nothing better.
It's so fun. You were just with Jeef in Boston, right?
Me and Jeef hit the Northeast, took the Northeast by storm, Tom.
How was it?
We
Where
did
were you at?
we did Manchester, New Hampshire, and then we went to Portland, Maine, and then 2 nights in
Oh,
Boston, and then back to the big city.
Portland, Maine.
Maine.
I've heard that town.
slaps.
Yeah, I've heard it's like kind of one of the best cities in America.
It's an amazing city. It's like a classy New Orleans.
Okay.
So it's like old. It's got like the character to it. It's not just like some manufactured cookie cutter city. It's an old city with some cool architecture that's not like so planned out.
I thought you were going to be like, they've been ravaged by natural disasters, but they're just like cooler about
but
it.
they're like hanging in there. But it's just a great, like, what I mean by that is just like, you know, it's
There's
cleaner.
character.
There's not drunks all over the place, but it does have a similar feel.
I've heard it has like it's almost has like a artsy vibe.
Mm-hmm. Everyone
That's
there, everyone there's got a little crunch about them.
Okay, but not
there's some-
annoying. Not like Denver crunch.
not over the top crunch. I'm not mad at it.
It's not Instagram crunch.
No, it's real crunch.
Yeah, I'll take some real crunch.
The bad beards there, they've had it forever. It's not like a new trend.
That's a real. Yeah, that's not.
You've had
I
that
just
bad
went-
facial hair for your grandfather had that same facial hair.
It's a whole bunch of crunch up
Yeah.
there. That's
So-
the whole family.
Great city. Manchester, New Hampshire, underrated little city.
Really?
Fun spot, good shows. Boston absolutely slaps. Oh my God, Boston's so fun. Jeff had the audacity to wear a Harvard sweatshirt all over Harvard's campus.
Oh my God, that's fun. Did he have the Harvard sweatshirt or did he buy it?
Oh, he had it.
He had a Harvard sweatshirt.
Who knows what Jeff's doing with his life? This man, he gets me to take a photo of him next to the big statue, like the big John Harvard statue.
Yeah.
And he goes, class of 2010.
Also, Jeff owns like 7 articles of clothing. Why is one of them a Harvard?
A Harvard sweatshirt. He wore it the whole weekend in Boston.
Dude, it was so fun.
The audacity of that man.
When I was in New York, I saw him the first night and I almost wore my Comedy on State sweatshirt. And then I just didn't by chance. And he was wearing it. And we were at the same place. And I was like, damn, that would have been embarrassing. The next night I put it on. I'm out of a suitcase. This is his home city.
Right.
I'm out of a suitcase. I put it on and I go, I'm going to see Jeff again later. I bet he's wearing the same thing again.
Let me just confirm.
I show up. No, I didn't text him. I show up. He's wearing it for sure. And then he literally goes 3 nights in a row. And I go, I haven't been wearing it all week because I know that you don't change your clothes.
Yeah, that's what he did in Boston.
He wore the Harvard the whole time.
And he didn't put it on until we got to Boston. It's like, this man is insane. But it rips. I mean, this city is so good. We cruised around Harvard's little campus. You know, it's fun being because you're looking at these dorms and you're like, damn, somebody is in there right now writing a code that is going to decimate humanity. It's like inspiring. It's really, really neat. And
You're
then
just
you're
walking into every room going, hey, drop the.
Hey, drop it's cleaner.
Yeah.
And if you don't think I got home and watched The Social Network immediately, you got another thing coming, Tom.
I love watching a movie that takes place at a place that you've been.
It was cool. And, you know, in The Social Network, you know, like that scene where they're like the party's happening and they're like, who wants to party with the Fed chairman? And it's like all these girls lining up. We were there Halloween night. I watched that scene happen.
That's fun.
Outside of this like secret society little thing, it was like this building and just had a flag coming out, and there were just a line of girls waiting to get in with like these armed guards out front. I was like, this is kind of cool.
Damn, that's really cool.
I was like, these 18-year-olds are just infinitely cooler. Like a 35-year-old's outside, like trying to look in.
Kind of be like, hey, what's the vibe in there? What do you guys?
What's
going on in there? I was thinking about coming in, but I guess
I'm gonna get
I
out
had
of
some
here.
other stuff.
I'm gonna get out of here. It was sick. The shows were absolutely incredible. The Hideout was super fun, and then we did 2 Don't Tell shows, and then this fucking what is it called? Duck Goofs. One of the worst names of all time.
Terrible name for a show.
One of the best shows of all time.
Okay.
However, in the bottom of like a community center. It's in the basement of a community center. You have to literally like walk through a playground.
That sounds horrible.
To get to these stairs to go down to this thing. And I don't know how they do it. They pack this motherfucker to the brim. I mean, the ceiling's 7 feet tall, and you're just cooking in there, Tom.
Damn.
Cook City.
Oh, Tim Cook.
Oh, my
CEO of
God.
Apple.
Shout out to Harvard one more time. I don't know if he went there.
He probably did. He went to one of them.
One of his kids goes there. Actually, I think he's gay. But anyway, it was just, I mean,
you
Boston.
can still have kids if you're gay.
No, that's true. Let's see. Does Tim Cook have kids?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know. But if he doesn't, then you got to take the name Timmy Cooks.
Timmy Cooks. No, I'm still Timmy Blue Skies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I just typed in Timmy Cooks into Google. Tim Cook kids. Please don't have kids.
Just a bunch of his college photos pop up.
Cook is unmarried and does not have children. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what he wants us to believe. He can put
that's
whatever
true.
he wants on the internet.
He's got some AI robot as his kid.
Oh, yeah.
But I would highly recommend. I'll be Boston. Anybody listening in Boston? I'm back in February.
Yeah,
Come
where
on
you kind
out.
of spreading the if you're like, hey, if you like that shit.
Hey, if you like
back.
that fucking shit I was doing, come
I
see
like-
more of that fucking shit.
I like really aggressively promoting. Hey, what's up, you fuckheads?
Yeah, you fucking
like-
idiots. How
but
you
you
like
never
that?
s-
How you like
but-
those jokes,
You've
bitch?
never seen a fucking riff like that in your life.
It was, I mean, it was just so fun. So, and then one of the Duck Duck Goose guy just hit me up. Now I'm gonna, when I go back, I'm gonna headline 2 of those shows, headline a couple of the hideouts. Now we got a weekend. Tom.
Now we got also now you got a little extra coin in your pocket for the weekend. Feels a little better.
Nice weekend. Lizzie and I are going, so we're turning it into like a romantic weekend. We're gonna egg Harvard. It's gonna be amazing.
There you go.
We're just gonna be yelling "Go Tigers" at everybody the whole time. They're not gonna know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's not even in the same. LSU and Harvard have never competed for anything.
They are rivals, Tom. Everyone knows this. There was a guy, you're not even going to believe me when I tell you, there was a grown man walking around Harvard's campus with a Joe Burrow jersey on.
LSU or Bengals?
LSU, baby.
Wow. Did you stop him?
I mean, I had to. I just gave him, I was like, "Go Tigers." And he kind of gave me like the nod and we just kept it moving. I was like, let's go.
Just the nod. It's not like you have to be subtle if you're wearing a jersey.
Well, it was pretty loud, but you don't want to be like, because what am I going to say? Like, I went there and he's like, "Oh,
what'd you major in?"
Sick. He's like, "Are you Joe Burrow?" And I'm like, "No."
He's like, "And you're not even Jimmy Kimmel, are you?"
I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just go take a picture with Jeff yelling, "Class of 2010." It would be weird. I was thinking about this. It must be weird to go to Harvard because not only is it a university, it's also like a tourist destination.
Yeah.
Like
Were
so
there a
many
lot of-
people that
there was
other
a lot of
people
people
were
walking around?
and you could just tell nobody went to that school,
Yeah.
which would be weird, right?
I don't know. Notre Dame's like that during football season. Isn't LSU too?
But I mean, not people walking around at like 11 a.m.
Yeah, I guess.
on a Thursday in the middle of your campus,
Yeah.
taking pictures next to all the buildings. That's odd, right?
Yeah. That is, I mean, you probably just feel so elite as a student there.
How would you not?
Yeah. You're like, you guys are taking pictures with the buildings that I am
That I
studying in.
go to? Yeah, you wish, bitch. Why
Never
don't you come
seen
see some of this
shit
fucking
like this.
comedy? Yeah, you never see me study chemistry like this, bitch. But it was fun, this little downtown, this little whatever show. There's just a bunch of Harvard, MIT,
Just
BU kids down there, and you're just killing them. And
Were
I'm like,
they-
yeah, who's smart now, asshole?
So they're like nerds, but smart. I mean, it's still like socially smart. Nerds, but smart. I'm an
Nerds,
idiot. So I'm a fucking moron.
So they're like dumb. They're like, never mind. I fucked that up. Edit that out, Tom. That was
I
a tough
will.
riff. Hold on. Let's pause this. I got to take a walk. That hurt.
Brief pause in the action. Roommates-in-Law is brought to you by the Harvard graduating class of 2010.
It's
Shout
actually
out to
brought
our-
to you by Harvard Connection. That is
What's that? I
Harvard
didn't
Connection.
read the ad. I didn't read the ad beforehand.
Harvard Connection was the original Winklevoss brainchild that Mark Zuckerberg eventually stole, turned into the Facebook, now changed to Facebook, since changed to Meta. So we are sponsored by the inception of all of that. We're sponsored by the Harvard Connection.
The
Thank
Harvard
you.
Connection. Shout out the Harvard Connection.
Thank you, the Winklevoss twins. Thank you for that.
The Winkle Vibe, big fans of them. They're actually big fans of the pod, which is cool.
It is weird when people like that
paint
hit
them
you
out
up.
to be like villains, and I'm like, hey, they're good hangs.
There were a couple of guys with a good idea.
Yeah, and money.
I'm not mad at that.
No, that's what we have right here on our hands. And
great idea and a war chest of cash.
People keep trying to steal roommates-in-law too, and they're like, hey, drop the in-law.
They're just like, hey man, they give us the worst advice. They're like, drop the mates.
Yeah, room-in-law.
Rooms-in-law.
Mates-in-law.
Oh man, but yeah, it's just one of those things, and that was a love of the game trip. We went out. I think I made at the end of it after hotels, rental car, a fucking lobster roll. Here's the thing with a lobster roll, Tom.
What do you think of them?
I'm not mad at a lobster roll, but $30 for a 6-inch lobster roll, I don't know. That's a lot.
30 clams?
30 clams, Tom.
30 lobsters.
30 lobsters. 30 clams. You got to have one, though. I had to eat one.
Yeah, I guess.
I got to do it.
I didn't. Wait, did you get one in Portland, Maine?
Yeah.
I've heard. But they're even expensive there, huh?
30 of them. I mean, lobster, that's, they're not fucking around.
$30.
I mean, it's a 6-inch sub.
Was it good?
Well, that's the thing.
You're constantly thinking about the $30.
I don't know. I'm every bite I'm going $30. I don't know.
That was a $6 bite right there.
I don't.
You take too big of a bite, you're like, fuck. That was $8.
Shit. No, I mean it was good, but I'm not gonna say like I'm ever gonna be someone that's like we gotta get a lobster roll.
And I know people like that. Some people swear by them.
I would venture out to say lobster, not a ton of taste. It's about what you're doing to it. It's like an oyster.
Well, I like lobster in the sense that I love melted butter.
Correct.
So I'm all about dipping just about anything into melted
delicious butter. Yeah. I mean, do you like an oyster?
Okay.
Do you like horseradish and lemon and
oysters? I
cocktail
think
sauce.
They get more creative with it. Like lobsters is not. I don't see a ton of stuff. Do you like king crab legs?
Sure.
I like those.
But that's still they're all kind of in the world of like. I don't know if this thing on its own's got a lot of taste. But you know what? Crawfish is in that as well.
Oh, for sure. And I like crawfish.
Love crawfish.
Well,
but I'm not eating an unseasoned crawfish. I mean, you'd shoot me right in the dick and balls if you want me to do that.
Ding, 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 ding. Everyone go to patreon.com/Harvard Connection to redeem your free hot dog. Sorry, we're doing lobster rolls this week, actually, because the Patreon has been cooking. We're making a lot of money off it.
It's kind of, it's weird. It's every podcast should just start a Patreon because people just sign up.
And they just pay you thousands and thousands of dollars.
Well, I didn't know that people were that eager to give us 10,000. Oh, I'm sorry. We agreed not to say it.
We shouldn't say it. Close to $10,000 each a week.
A mysterious amount of money. I apologize.
I'll bleep out.
But I mean, people were kind of like just dying to do it. And then I'll walk down the street and people are like, wait, are you the guy from Roommates Law? And I'm like, oh, what? And they'll just shove 20s in my pocket.
Like I've had people kind of aggressively throw money at my face.
Yeah, take it. I hear that take it.
How do you like this shit?
And I'm like, your kid looks malnourished. Why don't you
come on,
go give them a lobster roll? This kid's fucking
goddamn empanada. Dude, I got an empanada outside your place the other day and it was incredible.
An empanada, now that is what I'm talking about because they're a fucking nickel they're so good.
Well, the thing is, when you're in the Bleecker Street Studios area and you're a roommate-in-law, people will just buy them for you because people are kind of walking around the neighborhood. They don't know exactly where you live, but they're like, it's got to be around here.
Bleecker is a long street, but it's funny when you see people that you'll see people that are like clearly exhausted.
Yeah.
And then they finally see me and they're like, there he is.
And they wake up and there's a little light in their eyes.
And I'm like, oh, you've been walking up and down Bleecker for quite a while now, right? And they're like, yes, we thought we were in the one in Manhattan like idiots.
Oh, God, I hate when they do that.
And I'm like, why would I live in Greenwich? I can't. I mean, now with the Patreon money. Yeah, with the Patreon money.
Yeah, it makes their day. I mean, that's why you're called Timmy Blue Skies. It
Timmy?
it brightens their whole day.
God, I want to be in the mafia so bad now. Timmy Blue Skies?
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, with Patreon, my dad just brought this up to me. He goes, we were talking about the pod. Oh, because my mom's got a beef with the pod, which I'm mad about. I'll bring it up in a second.
Oh, boy. Remind me. Your mom said something to me at your Caroline show that has stuck with me.
Oh,
and I gotta tell you in a little while.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. All right. Exciting. Well, my dad we're talking about the Patreon and I think my mom was like, wait, so do you guys actually have one? I was like, no. And my dad goes, is Patreon a real thing? And I was like, what? And he's like, I thought that was a word you guys made up.
My man didn't even consider using Google on that one.
No, not once. He could have Googled it. And then, but my mom's beef, she said, and I already noticed you said it a couple times this episode. She said we say, here's the thing too much.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you got to make a great point.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is sometimes we have things that we have to say.
We have to boil it all the way down to its finest point. And here's the thing: is how I get there.
When we say "here's the thing," it's generally followed by something very stupid.
It's usually here's the thing: people like shit. What was it? People subjects. What was it? It was something insane.
It was like people like when you say things.
It was like people like a topic.
That was one of your best. Here's the things.
Oh, and I really had to. I think I interrupted you to say that. I was like, "Oh, Tom. Wait till you hear this nugget I've got."
They also said every time I talk about medicine that my dad freaks out.
What do you mean?
Because I just say
when you're out here giving medical advice.
Yeah,
I love that. We got to give more medical advice on this.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell them to hit the email.
True. Roommates-in-law. What is it? Roommates-in-law-comedy@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. DM us. Send us something.
It helps the algorithm.
Send us something in the mail. I don't care. But how about this? You want to hear the dagger your mom hit me with?
Oh yeah, this is.
Can your mom twist the knife in a way that's casual? Is that something your mom's up to?
Does it about weekly. My mom has real Cersei vibes.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the joke where it's like women?
So I'm
women
glad she doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Women aren't violent, but they will shit in your heart. Who says that?
I don't know, but that's great.
Because I didn't think about it in the moment, but the next morning I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, what did she say?
So we're at the thing after at Caroline's, and we're at the after party, and we're hanging out, we're riffing, we're raffing, gave your mom a hug, having a good time. And I don't know what the hell we were talking about. We were talking about your dad, or you were mad at your dad. Everybody was mad at your dad or something. He was drunk and talking shit, whatever it was.
He was talking a lot of shit.
Oh, me and him had a little sparring session there for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
He almost fought my dad.
I was going to say, hey, Dr. Nick, I think I got the best of you, friend. But anyway, your mom goes, you know what? You would be a good dad. And I was like, oh, what makes you say that? She goes, because you don't care about anything.
Oh, God.
And I was like, yeah. What?
I don't even know what that means, but it's
I don't know what it means either.
A huge compliment.
It's not like this is why you'd be a good dad.
It's
like you're kind of just in the wind, huh?
Who has the joke? Oh, it's I think it's a Mulaney joke of like it's actually it's a bad. It doesn't hold up, but it's like there can never be an Ocean's 11 with all women because one of them would just pause in the middle and be like, you know what? Because I love you because you'll just wear anything.
You'll just wear anything. That's exactly what it felt like. Because I was like, yeah, I would be a good dad. And she's basically like, because, I mean, you don't have any goals or ambition. I was like, wait, what?
Because truthfully, you do nothing. Oh my God.
So I was just like, I'm going to get another beer.
I love that. I love like I mean, it's just a backhanded compliment.
Oh, I mean, just stuck a knife right in my back and I just had to laugh right through it.
I got one of these last night. You remember the character? He's been a recurring character on the pod. The guy who told me he'd try to catch my set at the open mic.
Oh, yeah.
And then after I did well, he like hugged me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was chatting with him yesterday. And God, I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast because now it's going to be very obvious who it is.
No, he doesn't.
He goes, so I did the Hollywood Improv open mic last night, bombed pretty bad. I went up second. Cold open mic room. Open micers again. They don't like the kid. They really don't care for me.
No.
And and I'm up there just playing the hits. And
zilch.
I mean, I'm getting open mic laughs,
Sure.
On the best punchline of each joke, there's a so it's like whatever. No one's doing better or worse. It's bad. I wasn't having fun.
Well, we know this. Open mic, they want to hear you go, and then I shit right in her asshole. And everybody's like,
Exactly.
yeah, right in it.
Rip her other eye out.
And you're up there like, I'm a feminist. And they're like, nah.
Oh, God. Next. So I had a rough one, and afterwards we're talking, and it's me and Peak and this guy. We're hanging out, and he's going. He goes. I'm talking about how brutal it was, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I walked in and I saw Tommy doing like some of his best jokes to really nothing." And I was like, "Hey, dude, I can say it." I was like, I go, whoa.
Oh, some of his best stuff, just getting zilch up there.
It was just going to nothing. And I was like,
hey, we're not friends.
Yeah, I was like, no.
We're not boys like this.
It was so funny. I was
Dude,
like,
I love it when people just say shit. They don't even know what's coming out of their mouths. So in New Hampshire, these two guys, there's no way they listen to this, but I don't, who gives a fuck? They're Boston guys.
okay.
One was hosting, one was doing a little guesty. They're fun, they're fun guys. We're hanging out with them. And especially Jeff. This guy's at the Cellar. He's a New York guy. He's doing this thing.
He's also every comic's favorite comic.
Yeah. So like they're looking at Jeff like Jeff's a god. We know Jeff.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing.
It's not a god.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
He's an inch from death at every moment of his life.
And I don't want to call these guys open micer just because that's
It's
who am
demeaning.
I to?
Yeah, we're all
who am I
open
to say
micers.
that?
Yeah, I just used that phrase earlier.
I learned from your mom. That was my little backhanded shot at you, Tom.
Yeah.
But he's you can tell when he kind of doesn't have anything to say, but he's got to say something.
Getting in there, yeah.
I got to talk. I got to say something. And he goes to Jeff. And he's like, hey, man, what did it feel like when you had that riff and just like nobody laughed?
What? Dude.
I almost spit my drink out.
Oh, did you say anything or did you just let Jeff
he
take
saw that
one?
I was like, and Jeff was just like, it's one of the best riffs that's ever existed. Jeff does what Jeff does.
Yeah.
But it was like, hey, man, sometimes it's okay to not say anything.
You come on. That was a full panic move. You didn't know what was going to come out.
Like a lull in the conversation is allowed.
Oh, man. And that probably was coming from a place of he's like, usually everything he says does well. The riffs have
exactly.
Been good.
So he's like, maybe I'm like going to dive into comedy right now.
Yeah, I could really break down his set with him. And instead he goes, hey, remember the low light of your set? What was that like?
Remember that thing you said that sucked really bad? What was that like?
Yeah, I love that. What was it like? What did it feel like? It's like,
oh, man. I had a nice hearty laugh after that one. That one was a treat.
That's really fun. You got any zeros this week? Is that I don't know that that's a zero.
No, that doesn't count as a zero. That's because I've been that guy. We've all been that guy.
Yeah,
when
that's
you're just
a panic move.
Trying to hang and you're like, how about this thing? And it stinks really bad. Zeros.
I've never really experienced that, but yeah, no, I feel like, yeah.
No, you're always a part of a stone cold hang.
I'm always kind of just on top of my riffs.
Just nailing it. Zeros, I gotta say, I will say this. Oh, here's my zero of the week.
Jesus Christ, the stroke continues.
I'm sorry. I was just going through the Rolodex of our weekend. So Jeff and I, we're not even out of the Bronx. We haven't even gotten on the goddamn road yet. And there's a 37-foot deep pothole right in the middle of the Bronx. And I mean, we've literally been in the car for 15 minutes and just dominate this thing. And the windows are down because we got Seeger blasting and the fucking weather's amazing.
The vibes are good. The boys are taking
vibes are high. We're on the road, baby. And just boom, we hit it, and you just hear and the tire's out. Tire's dead. So I'm changing this tire. And
Jeff's not a big help out there.
you know, he's a great man, but if you need a tire change, that's not your guy.
He's just out there riffing.
It was, oh boy. And this guy drives by because there's like kind of traffic getting on the interstate right there. And he goes by and he goes, yeah, I think it was that big pothole.
Oh, cool
like,
guy.
Yeah, we got it, man.
Oh my God. That's
Thanks
you
so
want
much.
You want to take the fucking wrench that you have and just hum it
right at the window. Just watch the back window shatter out. We were just both like, fuck yeah. But you know, you can't yell fuck you in the middle of the Bronx. So we're like, we think so too.
It probably was that pothole.
What a stinker. This guy wasn't a zero of the week, but this was an odd move. A guy pulled over to help us. And I'm turning the jack, getting the car up, and he comes up. He goes, hey, you guys need any help? And we're like, oh, no, thanks. Like, we kind of got it going on. And he goes, well, I have a jack. And I was like, well, I'm currently like turning the jack. Like,
I'm kind of ripping through this jack right now.
I'm kind of all over the jack situation right now. And he was like, oh, okay. Because I got a jack right here in the car.
Well, I was like, but I have a jack or something?
I have a jack in my hand right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay. And he just got in his car and left.
Hey, hit the road, Jack.
It was a very, hey, there we go.
There it is.
It was just an odd, I was like, I appreciate the help, but what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like maybe he doesn't know how to change a tire. And all he's ever been able to offer is the jack.
He just knows that's a part of the whole thing.
I know I have to have a jack. And he's never had to use it, so he was like, opportunity.
Here we go. I'm pulling over.
I bought this jack. I got to use it.
Oh, and then this woman driving by because like traffic's kind of like it's pretty slow going by us. So people they're getting a real look at what we're up to. And this woman drives by. She's in a little Mini Cooper, just a 10 out of 10. And she rides by and she says something to us. Neither of us heard what she said, but this is just how desperate all men are.
Yeah.
And she said something, and we were both like, and
she's like, hey, you're both ugly pieces of shit.
And we're like, you're so funny. Good point.
Just a smoke show. I mean, yeah, she could have said anything.
Could have said anything in the world. And then she drove off, and I was like, what did she say? And Jeff was like, no idea. Incredible.
I got a zero that happened this morning.
Ruh-roh.
Whole little saga here. I got a couple questions for you in here mixed in.
Lay them on me.
One, so I have a great little coffee shop in my neighborhood. It's awesome.
Love it.
It's a Starbucks inside of a Target. It's a great little cute spot. It's
second to only the Capital One Cafe.
Yes, I try to go to cafes when I can, but
God, I love a Capital One Cafe.
they're not always around because I like doing my banking and coffee together.
Yeah, I want to get a latte and then pull out 20 for no reason at all.
That is such a weird business model. Why did they do that? But I'm in like a coffee desert here. My options are this chain that's like attached to McDonald's or Starbucks inside of a Target. So I go Starbucks inside of the Target. And,
I thought that was a riff. That's your spot?
No, it's literally my spot. I'm not kidding.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. And I go in there and it's 8 a.m. I'm like, gotta be one of the first people in there. I order a cold brew, pay for a cold brew. I'm waiting there, and she goes, we're out of cold brew. I'm like, there's been no one in here. So you fucked up. No one made it. But she goes, you can do an iced coffee with a shot of espresso. It's about just as strong. And I was like, all right, that's fine. They don't tell you. It tastes like dog shit.
I was just about to say, wait, I don't know if you mix espresso with coffee.
It's so bad, dude. I'm like, I'm walking away from the counter, and it took everything in me not to turn back and be like, hey, this is really bad.
Sucks.
Like, she kind of pitched it as like, oh, it's basically the same
Pretty
thing.
much the same thing. Yeah. It's just, in her mind, it's like energy. This will give you energy.
It's like the same amount of caffeine, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's like it ruined my morning too.
It's not the same at all. She's like, hey, we could hum a Red Bull at you and kick you in the nuts. And you're like,
would that wake you up? Would that be good?
Is that good for you?
Another great line from our good friend John Mulaney.
Yeah, that's
man.
right when you said that. I was like, well, maybe I don't know how coffee works.
Yeah, dude.
So I was like,
It
I've never
so
heard
bad.
of like, let me get an iced coffee with 2 shots of espresso tossed in there.
It was so bad. Like
Mm-mm.
I drank it like I was like, it was the last thing I could drink on earth because I was just like,
Yeah, you're drinking
It
it
was
like before, like a bodybuilder has to do something. He has to chug like
Yeah.
5 egg yolks.
Because it was like I was like I do kind of need this to work.
Right.
I'm fully dependent on coffee, but also this is not enjoyable.
Right.
So, anyways, I'm walking around Target angry. I got to go get some deodorant. What's your deodorant choice? Can I ask you this?
I think I'm a Dove guy.
Ooh, is that good?
It's strong enough. It's strong enough for a man, but it's made for a woman, and it's great.
Well, that's a little campaign right there.
That's literally their slogan.
Strong enough for a man, but made for women.
Yeah, that was a slogan of theirs for years.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like I don't know what I thought.
I was going to say, what's he going to say right now?
They don't make chocolate too, right? That's a different company.
Boy, now you got me second guessing myself here.
Because that's a diverse product line. if they're the same.
Dove deodorant. It's like how Michelin, like they either rate your restaurant or make a tire.
Yeah. Also, what's up with the is it Suzuki making electronics as well?
No, that's Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. Yeah. What is that?
I also think Yamaha dabs their little finger in there. You can get like a 4x4 or a keyboard.
Yeah. I have a Yamaha keyboard right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yes, there we go.
That's true. What is that? Is there a crossover in the technology?
It's called diversifying your portfolio, Tom.
Yes, we do. Ah, God, that's something you learn only at a Capital One cafe. This is the kind of talk that goes around with me and the boys at Capital One Cafe.
At the old Capital One
I was
Cafe.
meeting the fellas at the Cap One Caf.
Could you imagine getting a text just like, yeah, meet me at the cafe, and you're like, oh, which one? Like Capital One. You know, the major banking conglomerate? That's where I want to hang.
Do some writing at the Capital One Cafe. Just write about capitalism.
God,
and,
that sucked ass. I'll tell you what, this one in Boston slammed.
you were at a Capital One Cafe for real?
Well, no, we walked over there because it was a Pete's. That's how they get you.
Oh, they absolutely duped you.
You look up a coffee and they say we got a Pete's right down the street. You walk up, Pete's it says it in the window, but you look up and it's Capital One Cafe.
Goddamn Sam L. Jackson is right there.
Yeah, we're like, so we went and found a different one. We couldn't bring ourselves to do it.
Good. I'm glad you didn't support that because I don't agree with the whole idea.
It stunk really bad.
Anyways, we're talking about deodorant.
Oh right, Dove. I'm a Dove guy.
I just tried to switch to one of the soft ones like that.
What do you mean? Are you still going white or is it like the gel?
See, I was an Old Spice guy for forever. I was an Old Spice Pure Sport guy, which is
that gel?
No, it's like it's blue. It's like it's
it's the gel.
Yeah, but it's not like the super jelly one.
Well, not the one that you have to like crank up and kind of oozes out of the top. That's disgusting.
That's a serial killer move if you're using that.
Disgusting.
That's like the jelly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but yes.
But the gel, it's like the see, that gives me, I get all rashed up in here, Tom.
That's what started happening.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting some rashes. There's clearly a chemical that's not supposed to go on your skin.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting shit like all down my arm. So I'm like, all right, I got to switch. So I went to I don't know, fucking, it's a green one.
Brute.
Whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's a white soft one.
That's the move.
It's like soapy kind of.
That's the move.
But then it gets clumpy. I don't like a clump.
No, you got to accept that L. You just have to take
clump
the L.
over rash.
Yeah. Have to.
So you're getting clumped up.
Oh, it's Clump City over here. I mean, it's.
Damn it! I don't.
You have to do it.
That's the world we live in.
That's what you have to accept. And what it's real stinky poo is if you hit those moments where you like haven't showered in 3 days and then you get in the shower and you're washing your sweet little pits. You're like, oh, well, now it's time to rip out all of my armpit hair.
Yes, dude. This is exactly what's been happening.
Yes.
I'm living in Clumps America here.
You have to do it.
And
Clumps America. That was a better riff than I gave it.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh, he just that's the title of the episode.
I was about to say Clumps America. That's it.
But I decided today, I was like, I think I'm gonna maybe go back. I'm gonna go look for other deodorants. So I'm drinking my little bitter fucking cold or iced coffee. I'm in Target just staring at deodorants. a real exciting morning for Tom. And,
well, wait, do you ever do that thing like in that scenario where you're sitting there staring at the deodorants and like you don't have enough knowledge to really compare and contrast anything. So you find yourself just like staring for 2 minutes and you're like, whoa, snap out of it. What the fuck am I doing?
Legitimately sitting there thinking about it, I was like, I might ask Tim what deodorant he uses on the pod tonight. I was just standing there and I hear this guy start kind of aggressively yelling in the aisle behind me. I can't see him, but I hear like you have no idea where the Q-tips are.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, oh, what's going on here? So I hung out and I was like, let me see a meltdown at 8 a.m. And it's a man he's probably 60 and he looks like he's a little off the rocker.
Sure.
And he's following around a Target employee who looks petrified.
Just yelling at this person.
And he's like, you have no idea where the Q-tips are. And she's like, let me look over here. She's just wandering through the aisles. Here's the thing. How
is this not your zero?
This is my zero.
Oh.
Yeah. I said it started with the coffee. I weaved a whole tale here. We didn't need to be in Target for this long.
Okay. Holy shit.
Sorry, we've been in Target for about half an hour now. But he's like yelling at her. Here's the thing. This is I said here's the thing. Fuck.
Hey,
Mom,
no.
Shut up.
She's not changing the pod. She's hurting my feelings. She's not getting into the pod.
Yeah. Here is the thing, though, this is my home Target. I go there way too often. I kind of feel a little bit of pride in it. We don't need that behavior in there. Also, I know where the Q-tips are because I bought them a couple days ago. So
you spoke up?
I go, hey, man, relax. They're right here.
You hit him with the relax, Tom. You're going to look at me in the eyeballs. And you told a deranged man to relax?
He wasn't deranged. He's not like I wasn't worried he was going to attack someone. But I'm like, you're upset about Q-tips right now.
Tom, look at me in the eyes.
I hit him with a relax.
You hit him with the relax?
This is my home Target. I don't think it would have happened. I don't think it would have happened.
I just found my hero of the week.
If I had gotten a normal cold brew this morning, that wouldn't have happened. But I was on edge. I'll tell you that. I was so angry about this iced coffee. And I was like, I'm standing there. I'm never out and about this early. It's literally 8:03.
Right.
And this guy is just, the look on her face was like, she's probably a 20-year-old kid. And she looked mortified.
I'm sure she was.
And she had no idea where the Q-tips were.
Yeah.
She's walking them down the wrong aisle. They were right behind me. And I was like, hey, man, relax. They're right here. And he goes, see, someone's helpful. He didn't even say thank you to me.
Still a dick.
He said it to her. He didn't even acknowledge me.
That sucks.
I almost wanted to double down then, but I was like, I just got to get my Old Spice and get out of here.
Wait, you got Old Spice?
I went back to Old Spice.
No,
I can't do
Tom.
Clump. I can't do Clump.
You're going rash over Clump. This is what you're telling me.
It's not 100% rash. It's about a 40% hit rate on the rash.
It's too much.
It is a lot of rash.
You would never accept that ratio in any other area in your life.
That's true, but Clump is out here ruining T-shirts.
I'll give you that. It does wreak havoc on your T-shirts.
It's absurd, and it's like white. I'm like, how did it get on the outside when I put the shirt on?
You have to really be strategic with it. But hey, I'm done with the rashes. I'm not going to be in pain for no reason.
Old Spice, how have we not figured this out?
It's
and I
crazy.
Know what the answer is it's native deodorant. And that's what everyone says. Oh, you got to get native.
Is this the natural?
Organic,
it's
natural.
made from a flower.
It's also $15.
I was about to say, yeah,
for one stick.
I don't think so. I'm paying $6, and that's my max.
Yeah, I'm not. I can spend it on a lobster roll once in a while. Can't do native.
Every once in a while. I'm sorry. I live in New York. I got to cut down on the luxuries here, Tom.
Yeah.
City's eating me alive.
Unless Native wants to sponsor this podcast, in which case I'm their biggest fan.
Ooh, now that's something we need to discuss further.
That would be big, actually, because I can't do clumps for much longer.
Clumps, this is the world I live in. This is the evil that I have accepted.
I love that. That makes me feel better, though, that we're all fighting the same fight.
And we're all in it together, Tom.
So Dove Women's is still clumpy.
If you're getting the white stuff, it's Clump City.
They haven't figured this out.
That's what it is. That's the name of the game, Tom.
Let's put a pause on moon travel, Elon, and figure this out first.
Elon something. For a second there, I thought clumps rhymed with musk, and then I was like, wait a second.
I wish you had very confidently said Elon Clump.
Elon Clumps. Everybody's like, okay, I was on the fence about this pod to begin with.
Elon Clumps. Oh man. What do you think about him owning Twitter, your favorite place on earth?
I do like Twitter. I bomb on there all day,
but
every
hey,
single
you're putting
day.
up shots.
But I have a fun time on Twitter.
You're having a great time.
I'm only human, Tom.
You guys, if you're on Twitter, you got to go follow Tim. He's putting out a lot of stuff.
I've already muted Elon. I can't handle it. That dude's annoying as fuck.
He really is. You know what sucks is like I read his biography in 2012.
It's not really that impressive.
No, it's like, I mean, like he did some impressive stuff for sure.
Well,
but
I mean,
like,
everybody
he became
forgets
a super villain.
Right yeah, well, everybody forgets the starting point. It's like everybody likes to be like, oh my God, he came from nothing. No, he didn't come from nothing. What are you, fucking crazy? None of these people come from nothing.
What was he? He wasn't like super rich, was he?
Yes, his dad was he owned like emerald mines in South Africa.
Yeah,
he was
true.
like an insane.
Well, because actually true. Because he did. Well, Elon sold his like first video game or something at like 12 for like
right. He was like selling computers in his fucking
some shit. Yeah,
in his dorm.
It's like, I wonder who was buying it.
Yeah, where'd the computer money come from? Elon, you piece of shit.
Clumps.
And Elon.
That's actually the title of the episode, I think.
Elon Clumps, the best riff of all time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everybody loves to like look at the, where somebody ended up, and it's no one ever looks at where they started.
Well, the best example is the famous Trump quote of I started out with a small loan of $1 million.
Just a small loan from Pops, just a quick $1 million.
Oh my God! Like
now, look, I'm not going to say a lot of people wouldn't have lost that or couldn't turn it into what it is. I'm not saying that.
I wouldn't have turned it into anything. I would have spent it.
Yes, or just blew it on some horrible investment.
That's what I meant by spent it.
But so I'm not taking away from that. But we just got to keep it into perspective. That's all I'm saying here, Tom.
That's all Tim's, and that's what you'll get out of a Timmy Smith follow on Twitter.
Is keeping it
everything,
keeping it light, keeping it perspective.
Timmy Blue Skies.
Let's see. What's my latest just absolute heat of a tweet?
This is the pod now. We read Tim's tweets.
We're reading Timmy's tweets. This is a new segment of the pod.
God, I think we're also coming up on an hour, but let's close with a heater from.
Hold on, this one actually made me laugh. It's horrible, but it made me laugh. More like the. This is so bad. More like the furious case of Benjamin Button. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that made me laugh. That was good. Did I like
That's interesting. It did make you laugh because I don't see a like here.
Here's
Tom.
the thing. I think I liked a different one of your tweets right before that, and I was like, I can't do double like.
Oh no, you certainly can't be a good friend of mine.
All right, I'll go like it right now.
Jesus Christ! Finally, get me up to like number 6.
Dude, you're really what the hell? You used to put up numbers.
I know. It really ebbs and flows for me on Twitter. I tell myself I'm shadow banned, but we both know that's not true.
Twitter doesn't really do that.
I don't think they do that. I think people just hate me.
Oh man, there's a like.
Boom! Give me that notification. Give me that dopamine, Tom.
Hell yeah.
God, if there's anything I love, it's dopamine.
Well, I think
all right, we're at an hour. How we doing?
Yeah, I think we're
what do you got coming up here, Thomas?
Today when this comes out, I'm in Atlanta at the Punchline, featuring for Kelsey Cook. Come on out. If you're in New York, next week, November 11th and 12th, 11th and 12th. Doing New York Comedy Festival's comics to watch. I shouldn't laugh. It's an honor and a privilege.
Whoa,
it's one of the great pleasures of my life.
We'll talk about that. Tune into the Patreon for thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's patreon.com/Winklevoss. And
Tom, I'm not even going to be here for that. I'm going to be in DC.
What?
Yeah.
What are you doing in DC?
Going to see a band.
Oh, what band?
It's a band. It's a cover band for the band.
Oh. It's a cover band of a cover band. Did we talk about this?
They're not a cover band.
Yeah, well, they're most famous for a cover. So,
lick my dick and balls. So we're going to DC.
Wait, but I'll be there all week, so we'll hang.
Oh, okay, good. We got to rip like 11 live pods.
Yeah, they do kind of carry the team.
They're way more fun. They're
So
just
next week will be a live pod. You guys tune in.
Love it. Bleecker Street Studs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chicago, for the love of all that is good in this world.
For fuck's sake.
I mean, geez, Louis. I say this like no one's bought a ticket. I think sales are good, but November 23rd.
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Thank you, Mrs. Schneeman. We will. We on November 23rd, zany Chicago, the night before Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a hoot and a holler. Your boys headline in the club. It's
how much time are you gonna do?
Hour 30? Probably quick 90 minutes. Yeah, if they're lucky.
Might as well stretch.
If I'm feeling it, I'll do a quick 2 hours. But it's gonna be a great time. Got some really funny people on it.
Go buy a ticket. Also, it's very fun. They put roommates on the poster, and I got
that is very fun.
Well, one person did send me a picture and goes, "So pumped you're gonna be here," and I was like, "Well,
that is not my face or name.
You can't read.
That's not my face or name.
You took 1 second. You saw. Well, they thought I was opening for you.
Oh, okay. Who was this? Luigi? What was this guy's name?
Oh, Enzo.
Mario. Fuck you, Mario.
Enzo, you're being racist towards Italians.
I'm Italian. I'm allowed.
And that is the one race that you can't go.
Everybody says you can say whatever you want. Just hold your mouth about the old Italianas.
Yeah, Timmy Blue Sky is gonna get whacked.
Blue skies. And then this weekend, when does this come out? Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Thursday. Ooh, I got a bunch of stuff at the Cub this weekend. The Tiny Cub. Actually, might not be able to do those shows. I think I have to fly home this weekend. But, damn, I'll be around New York.
All right, go see him. We love you guys. Bye.
He married my sister. Now we're living together. We're roommates in